I'm gonna hit record because I want this to be recorded. This is where and I know I hear it back, an echo, guys, I apologize. Hold on one second. Hello, Victoria.
Hi.
Yeah, okay.
Morning.
This is where I am challenged when I hear an agent tell me that they're going to go look for a cheap shop because they need to make more money. When I listen to Paige, take yourself off mute for a second. When I listen to Paige share her story and the fact that she went on this listing appointment and she got the listing. What prices did you list it at, Paige?
210.
210. Where did they want to price it?
229.
229. So they wanted to go fishing with their bait out of the water, and you helped them self-discover that in order to sell their home, they needed to be priced in the market and they needed to attract the right buyers, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And you learned that through training and coaching, yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and because of that, this property will sell, yes or no? Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, I'll help you. And you didn't have to discount your commission, correct?
Right. I was going to not, like you say, like, I don't have to take this, and I was not going to take it. And she was really pushing.
You were going to walk away.
She seemed like, she wasn't going to do it. And I was willing not to take it for 4.
Yeah. You were willing to walk away, so you weren't attached.
Right.
Yeah. And huge value, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And the cheap shop, sorry if anybody's on the call that's in one of those companies. Sorry, not sorry. The cheap shop, are they going to provide you with that training and coaching that would enable you to get that listing at the right price and full commission? Yes or no?
The cheap shot? No.
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 All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And also the win-win part of it. I explained to her that I'm not going to take a win for me if it's a lose for you.
Love that.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
John, the mindset for agents to take less commission is because, I don't have so much overhead expense. That's the excuse.
Yes, it absolutely is. It's just, I don't see the value that I bring to the table, therefore I'm going to discount my fee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. All right. That was my soapbox for the day. Talk to me. Go.
So John, I came in a little late, but what I'm hearing is there was an issue about commission or walking away and feeling confident enough to know your value page, which you certainly have and bring to the table. So I recently had a huge sale, and I had, I assume, because I have discounted my commission before in negotiations for a sale. And so the other agent on the listing side of this sale said to me, well, we're actually taking half our commission, so you can definitely kick in, and it was a nice size commission. You can kick in $50,000 of your commission. And I was thinking in my head, well, I could kick in 25 and he could kick in 25 if it came to that point in negotiations. And I didn't say anything about it. I just negotiated with my buyer, and my buyer just went up to the price, and it was a non-issue. So we get in our way, we get in our own heads of what we assume our buyers or our sellers want to do. And commission really rarely comes up unless they're, with listings, when they're shopping for the listing. I also always, another thing that I've learned to do on listing appointments is to bring copies of MLS printouts and to show them, what's being offered to the, agents. So, and go through that whole script of, if you were an agent, would you show this 2% listing, or would you show this 3% or this 3.5%? And that's also a good little tip to bring along on any listing appointment, so it drives that home. But bottom line, we get in our own way with commissions, and don't.
Good job.
So what's a good thing to do John, I
Go.
got also something good when you go on
Yeah.
a listing appointment. You can bring
Yeah.
other homes that have sold at, a higher percentage at 3%
Mm-hmm.
in that neighborhood in the past 6 months. Bring those and show them.
Good job, Frank. I agree. So a couple scripts for you. If you reduced your commission from 3% to 2%, that's a reduction of 1/3, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And when a seller asks you if you'll reduce your commission, one of the responses could be is when a seller asks me if I'll reduce my fee, I'm also hearing them ask how good of a negotiator I am. The good news for you is I'm a really good negotiator. You see, if I were willing to give away my money that I use to support my family quickly, how quickly would I give away your money when we have an offer on your home?
Correct.
Okay. All right, guys, let's jump right into share the screen. And this is going to go right along with what we were talking about, so that's cool. Okay, remove your motivation from the conversation. Had that lined up, ready to go, and you guys are already talking about this, so that's cool. If you are attached in any way to the outcome, you will not say what you need to say in order to meet the seller's needs. You will do what most realtors do, which is tell the seller what they want to hear in order to get the listing. This is a mindset conversation. Remember, you don't need the listing. You are going to list and sell 4 homes this month. You are going to list and sell 6 homes this month. You are going to list and sell 10 homes this month. It's just a conversation that you're having with yourself in order to reassure you that you're not desperate and you don't need this listing. You never want to go on a listing appointment needing the listing. If I'm selling my house, I don't want to hire a real estate agent. There goes Nadine's cat. If I'm selling my house, I don't want to hire a real estate agent who needs the listing. Professionals focus on the activities, not the results. And when you do the right activities enough, time over time, you will get the results that you want. When you have 10 listing appointments per month, you are less attached and more focused on the process. So pause. You have 10 listing appointments in the next 30 days, or you have 1 listing appointment in the next 30 days. Where's your mindset? What are you thinking?
There's another one. Next.
Another one.
John,
Next.
it allows for you to pick and choose who you want to be in business with.
Thank you, Corey. Well, I told my team all the time, one of the reasons we lead generate is so we can choose who we want to work with. One of the reasons we lead generate is so we can say no to the jerks.
Mm-hmm.
If I have 1 listing appointment, then I have to get that listing. And even if that person is abusive, unrealistic, and wants me to reduce my commission and overprice the property, I have no choice. I have to take that listing. If I've got 10 listing appointments, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, one of 3 things, script. 1 of 3 things happen when I meet with a seller or a buyer, a potential seller or potential buyer. 1 of 3 things always happen. One of those 3 things are going to happen today. Either number 1, they understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer and they hire me, which is awesome. The second thing that sometimes happens is they don't hire me. And quite honestly, that's not so awesome. And then the third thing that occasionally happens is I may choose not to represent them in the sale of their home. Now, you may be wondering why I would choose not to represent someone, and you're actually going to really like the answer. You see, if I feel a seller has a goal or an expectation that I cannot meet or exceed, I would rather turn the opportunity down than let you down. Doesn't that make sense? You see, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way because I really want to work for you, but I don't need to. And that's a good thing. You see, if I needed to list your home, and because I know you're meeting with I'm getting ready to throw the competition under the bus, guys, because I know they have a listing appointment tomorrow. I know they have another one this afternoon. Because I know you're going to meet, I know you're meeting with other real estate agents, chances are pretty good you're going to meet with someone who's desperate. You see, if I were desperate, I would tell you anything you wanted to hear just to get your listing. Now, do you want to hire a real estate agent like that? They're going to say no. And then when they're meeting with that other agent, they're going to go, Corey told us this was going to happen. Corey said we were going to talk to an agent who is desperate. And this agent is exactly that person Corey said we were going to meet with. You've set your competition up to fail. By the way, they should. Because if they're attached to the outcome and they're willing to buy the listing by overpricing it or reducing their commission, they don't deserve the listing.
Mhm.
That may be a little harsh, but whatever. Okay, when you have 10 now, read that already. All right, tell stories and paint pictures using logic and emotion. Logic makes us think, emotion makes us act. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, as we discussed earlier, the market is shifting to a buyer's market. As you can see, there are 24 homes for sale between 600 and 650 within a 2-mile radius in your home, radius of your home, and 18 homes have sold in the same price range in the last 6 months, meaning 3 are selling every 30 days. Now, those 24 active listings are your competition. And in order to sell your home, you have to beat the competition. Now, pause on that because they need to understand that in order to sell their home, they got to be one of the top 3 properties out of 24 being sold. Even in a seller's market, in order to sell their home, they have to be one of the top 3 properties out of 9 homes that are for sale. So that's a 90-day supply of inventory, seller's market, but still only 3 are going to sell in the next 30 days. You still have to beat the competition. And buyers are looking for what? They're looking for the best house at the best price, period. And if your home has any condition that would cause it not to sell, the only way you're going to fix that is price. If your home backs to a busy street, price. If your home backs to a commercial building, price. The only thing that fixes that is price. What are you going to do? Move the commercial building? Price. All right, where was I? Now, if we don't price your home correctly, okay, so that's logic. So I painted a picture for them. I let them know that there's 24 homes for sale and that 3 are selling every 30 days. Therefore, we have an 8-month supply of inventory. In order to sell your home, you have to be one of the top 3 properties. Logic. Now, if we don't price your home correctly, your tone is going to change. When I'm presenting logic, I'm a high D. When I'm presenting emotion, my S is going up. Now, if we don't price your home correctly, you could miss the opportunity to be one of the top 3 properties that will sell in the next 30 days. You mentioned that your goal was to sell your home in 30 to 60 days in order to be in Tampa with your family. What if we miss the market and you are still here 6 months from now and not in Tampa with your family? Are you okay with that? Emotion. Logic, emotion. Logic, think. Emotion, act. What if interest rates go up? Now I'm just going to park on pain and I'm going to make this miserable for them. What if interest rates go up and fewer people can buy your home 6 months from now and you can no longer afford to sell your home? If is $10,000 more important to you, or is being in Tampa with your family more important? What would your family say if I asked them? Price ahead of the market. Okay, I don't know if Beverly Shanahan's on the call today, but I know Beverly recently posted that she sold a property in a buyer's market, high end, lots of inventory, and she sold it because she's priced it ahead of the market. In a seller's market, the last home sold creates a new floor, meaning the next home will sell for more. In a buyer's market, the last home sold creates a new ceiling. So if there is less than 90 days of inventory, you could price 2 to 3% higher than the last sold, and life is good because the market will eventually come to your price. So if I'm meeting with a property that is for sale or market value is $500,000 and they want to price it at 515 and there's less than 90 days of inventory, I'm cool with that. I am. The market will come up to the price. And I know I just said a few minutes ago, you got to beat the competition. That's true too. All right. So if there is less than 90 days of inventory, I already said that. And however, if the market is 150 days or longer, you should price it 2 to 3% below today's market value because the market will come down to the price. For example, if there are 18 homes on the market at 700,000 to 725 and 3 are selling every 30 days, it's a 6-month supply of inventory. Odds are your seller is one of the 3 if you price at 686. That's 2% below market value. Keep in mind, market value in the previous example is $695,000 to $700,000. So, did I give the home away?
No.
Why not?
You got them the right price today rather than 90 or 120 days later for much less.
Yeah, 6 months from now, if that home is worth $675,000 and you sold it for $686,000 because you priced ahead of the market, 6 months from now it's worth $675,000. Did you give your home away?
No, and you also save them on their holding costs.
Yep. And emotion, you enabled them to move to Tampa so they could be with their family. Whereas, say it again, Nadine.
And take advantage of the low interest rates now. So it's a win-win for them.
Yes.
John, I love making those calls after the fact when you price it like you just mentioned, calling the seller up and saying, hey, thank God we sold your house for $690 because John, right now your house is worth $675.
Love that. Oh yeah, you're a hero, aren't you, Corey?
100%.
Yeah, yeah. And
What do you know that's looking to buy or sell real estate?
yes, that's what I was going to say. Please say that. Please say that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the touch points when you always ask for a referral. Every time you deliver good news, always ask for a referral. Buyer accepted your offer. Congratulations, you're under contract. By the way, who do you know that's looking to sell? We just got clear to close. You're closing tomorrow. Congratulations. See you at the title company. By the way, who do you know that's looking to sell? All right, talk to me. What'd you hear?
Well, what you just said, when you deliver good news and always ask for a referral, I'm guilty of not doing that. So that's awesome. Thank you, Corey. That's fabulous.
Yes.
And also when you were doing your script, and I noticed you do this all the time, and you were the hire me part, like one of 3 things is going to happen. You're going to see the value and hire me, blah, blah, blah. And when you say, and you know, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you're really going to like this. I love when you set them up to like whatever you're going to tell them. That is huge for me. I highlighted that one.
Yeah, they are. You might as well tell them ahead of time. Wow, you're going to like this. I promise. Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Nadine. Come on, guys. One more and then we're going to break and get on the phones.
John, I ask at least 5 times between contract and close for a referral.
Love that. Did you guys hear that? At least 5 times. So I would love to give credit where credit is due. And I can't remember his name, but, and I saw him on stage at Mega Camp a couple years ago. One of the things he said was, and he had the same policy, Eddie. He said, one of the ways I know that I've done a great job for you, that I've met your goals and exceeded your expectations, is you've given me at least 1 referral before we're sitting at the closing table. And he would get the seller to buy in and agree with that. Now you're sitting at the closing table and I haven't got a referral yet. Eddie, just out of curiosity, did I meet your goals and exceed your expectations?
Yes, you did.
Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I did a terrible job, 10 being I did an amazing job. Where would you say I was?
10.
Yeah, then I'm just a little bit confused. Because we agreed that if I met your goals and exceeded your expectations, that you would give me a referral before we closed. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. So where's that referral?
I would feel so guilty.
Wouldn't you? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I think that script is the promise script.
Oh, it's the promise script. You're so
Yep.
good.
John Hicks. Yes.
It was who, Natalie?
John Hicks.
Don Hicks. There it is, guys.
Yep.
The promise
Yep.
script
Yep.
from Don Hicks. All right.
Yep.
We're gonna end on that. Guys, get